Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Mike. Joined by Ray and Josh.
Hello.
Hi, gentlemen.
Hey.
What's up?
How are we doing?
It's great. It's a good Saturday.
I don't know what
It's a great Saturday.
it is. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm not usually here for these, so I feel weird.
No, you're usually not a witness to heinous crimes like the robbery of Creed by the Academy of Arts and Sciences.
I did not witness
The
that robbery
Oscars a
until
few
years
years
later.
ago.
Wait. I have a question for Josh, and it's a necessary question. Have you seen Creed?
Yes.
What'd you think?
It fucking got robbed.
You know that's the correct answer, and I don't know why I expected anything else.
Cha-ching.
Isn't that a prerequisite if you don't think that you can't be on this show?
That's a Mike question.
I'm pretty sure that is, yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put in edit in a triple shot air horn right after you said that, so.
Is it in the bylaws
to-
of the Creed got robbed program?
I'm pretty sure it is, so I'll check that out. In case you haven't figured it out, folks, this is Creed Got Robbed from your friends at Unscripted Gaming. Our podcast where we talk about movies. And today's special feature that we're discussing is Monkey v. Lizard.
Did you time that?
I did,
Oh goodness.
yes.
Well, that was perfect. Good job.
Look at that lager beer he's drinking while we're talking
That's
about
right,
Monkey v.
folks.
Lizard. This is incredible.
That's the exact kind of vibes you want to have for Monkey Lizard.
I will be having a bourbon.
A big dumb movie where a big dumb animal fights a really cool lizard guy who's very badass and cool, and then it's great.
So
This movie was dumb as shit, and I had a great time.
Oh my
watching
god,
it.
this was a fantastic film. So a little bit of context, the three of us, including some of our significant others and a few other friends, all watched it at the same time while chatting on Discord together. Since, pandemic and whatnot, can't really go to a movie theatre. Also, we are geographically spread out across the country, and
Yes.
my wife originally was not very excited about watching the movie. She was excited to spend time with friends, but like, ugh, Godzilla, what the fuck are we watching? But by the end, she's like, that was incredible.
Like, yeah, fuck him up, Godzilla. Fuck yeah.
get him.
Get his ass.
I could watch Godzilla shoot that fucking hyper beam all day.
It's great. It's so good.
We'll get to it, but the fact that anybody could go into this movie and think that King Kong could beat Godzilla is a fool.
A ludicrous notion.
All right, so I'm going to. All right, you guys are going to throw down the gauntlet. Let's do this thing.
Okay, here's the Monkey Defender.
Yes, so I have been
even
saying
that.
for months, as the discourse has been going, that Godzilla's absolutely going to win. And the reason why I said that is because having watched enough monster movies, it would be stupid to have just Godzilla simply beat King Kong. No, I want to correct myself. I already said King Kong was going to win. The giant monkey's going to win because it's dumb and stupid to have the overpowered god to just win. But here's what I didn't account for. I didn't account for the movie to be so fantastically stupid. I didn't see that coming, because this is a dumb movie, as Mike said. Be above and beyond the pale. There's Hollow Earth.
Which kicks ass.
Yeah.
It's so great. I love it.
They do a little time skippy thingy to where they transport a whole piece of Skull Island on a gigantic boat dome type Truman House looking thingy. I don't know. And then when they do fight, for some reason King Kong has an axe. And he doesn't even just have an axe. He has a throne room. We could probably get. If you want to get to how he has a throne room,
Yeah.
when he sits on the throne in his throne room, I lost it. I couldn't believe that this was
Yeah,
the
I think,
movie.
just to clarify for the folks at home, when I say that this movie is stupid, I mean it. I'm dead serious about it. But this also movie and by that I mean, like, I have seen very stupid movies that are trying to be very smart, and I think this movie knows exactly what it's here for. It's like, look, you are paying money one way or another to watch Godzilla fight King Kong, and by God, we're gonna give it to you. And they do. Like, you know, there's just enough human interest, like characters to kind of like contextualize what's going on that I think is much less grating than the previous entry into the series.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so much like another film that we're going to be doing a Creed Got Robbed on very soon, I went into this movie very blind. I had not seen any of the previous films. I wasn't even fully aware that the two Godzilla movies and Kong Skull Island were remotely in the same universe. Like, I literally had no idea that was happening. I thought, like, oh, we're just seeing this, we're just, like, starting off with a shot of King Kong, like, just to be like, yo, King Kong exists. Then I realized, oh, there was a whole movie that I didn't know was in the franchise. So, like, comparatively, like, the human time spent on screen and those interactions, like, how is that time-wise versus, you know, how dumb the dialogue can be?
I think this movie feels like one where I think it was honestly pretty solid in Skull Island. A movie which has quite possibly the funniest film death in human history. I'm dead serious.
You said
it's got to be top
that
5
to me, and that I sometimes still will just go back and watch it and giggle like obscenely.
It's so good. I think I think this movie kind of dialed it in just right because, you know, it's enough to carry some jokes. Like, you know, there's some things that are kind of annoying, but like there's barely any screen time or anything. That's fine. Not exactly an emotional linchpin of the movie, but, you know, it's not what you're here for. You're here for Monkey v. Lizard.
Yeah, I really felt that the amount of time that there was a human on screen without like a monster nearby or in the background or you know, in part of the frame was fairly minimal in like from what they could have done, and I really appreciated that. You know, I think they kept the time of like, we just need to have some dialogue every once in a while that kind of helps advance the plot a little bit because these two can't talk and do that. And
yeah, and like, so I think as on that end, I think that was just fine. You know, I think it's very grating in King of the Monsters, like the one that came out before this, and just
King of the Monsters was not the worst. Like it.
No, but I think the human element part of it is just terrible. It's so bad. I mean, I just actively despised it.
Counterpoint: the human element in all of these movies suck.
I'll defend Kong Skull Island.
I stand corrected. Kong Skull Island it's phenomenal, and you have Samuel L. Jackson.
It's actually great at that stuff. There's a lot of great characters.
Okay, all of the Godzilla ones, including this one,
the
human element sucks.
Yeah. But then, but also, who cares when they fucking drop King Kong down a hole to send him to the flat Earth, not flat Earth,
to Hollow Earth.
The sequel. To Hollow Earth.
Man, they might as well have had
like,
flat Earth.
And just like the spectacle stuff is great. Like Godzilla looks great when he's fucking shit up. Like just like the design of the Hollow Earth, like it was just like cool. Just like it was just cool looking. Like it's just like, well, there's like ceiling up there, but it's like land because it's the Hollow Earth. Like, what's his fucked up son? Like, what's this fucking monkey church? Like,
what was that son? Was that what?
The core, probably.
It doesn't make sense.
Who cares? It's awesome.
Can we talk? Okay, no. All right, I want to do this. I want to talk about some of the dumbest.
You got Monkey Can Fly. Like,
that little
the little like
the Sistine Chapel
gravity
it's like,
switch.
It's so
well.
funny.
And okay,
it's
and
so good.
I said this in the middle of us watching that. The amount of like legitimate conspiracy theories that they somehow made to be legitimate things that happen in this movie is absolutely incredible. And
Yeah, it's like a really fun idea.
It's
like,
one why I'm convinced that the next movie is Monkey v. Lizard in space in Hollow Moon. And second, at some point, we're going to find out that Godzilla is actually a reptilian, not a Titan.
No.
I'm upset. That upsets me.
No.
Well, not San Francisco Godzilla.
I do want to bring up some of the more stupidest moments because I have like a mental checklist of moments. So it's like I guess we're in a really dumb movie. First of all, when they have King Kong strapped to that gigantic transport vessel made of... This ship is so big it can't exist. I want to get this out of the way to strap King Kong to it. And they're like, we gave King Kong a mild sedative that keeps him in place.
What? It's so funny.
A mild sedative.
Yeah, like I oh my god. I loved the just like at the beginning, like when King Kong wakes up, they start playing like the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy like soundtrack ass music. And it's so good.
Ray, I did actually figure out what tranquilizer they gave Kong to keep him sedated. They gave him hydrocongdone.
No.
Oh.
No, they of course like hand wave it. They don't talk about whatever the sedative is. They're just like, yeah, we just gave him a sedative. It's like, made of what? What could you possibly have given?
No, it's just a really big jug, like one of those 3X jugs. It's just a really big one of those that they like got to trick him to smell it out of.
Also, another hand wave thing. They're like, yeah, King Kong and Godzilla, they have just been fighting each other for millennia, like before humans existed and during the dawn of humans. So like whenever they're around, they just are drawn to each other like Goku to Frieza or something like that.
Their ancestors fought a great war.
And they just have to throw down. So like King Kong is out on this impossible ship and Godzilla's like, what? Heard you talking shit, and just starts swimming on over.
Yeah, Matt, you're talking mad, shit for someone in distance.
Oh yes, another stupid thing.
Which again, the best part of the movie is when Godzilla, drills like a 5,000-foot tunnel to the middle of the fucking earth.
Okay,
with his atomic breath, just blasting for like 20 minutes straight, apparently. Just to be like, hey, King Kong, get off here, bitch.
Yeah, that's another
so
thing.
Good.
He's like King Kong
awesome.
King Kong is sitting on this throne being like, I'm just going to chill for a bit with my axe. Hey, I see you humans over there. Y'all do your thing. And Godzilla looks down and is like, bitch, come here. And starts knocking on this door. I'm glad you said like 5,000 feet. It's more like 5,000 miles to get to where he was. Yeah. Shooting his atomic breath. And then when he actually like opens a hole into King Kong's palace, he just roars like, come on up here. I know you're up there. Come on, I'm knocking on your door. Let's go. Let's settle this. And King Kong like, yep, let's do this. And you just see him climb up. It's like, yes, I'm going to pretend King Kong climbed how many thousands of miles up
thousands of miles. It's so good. I love it.
It's so dumb.
And then Kong comes up to the surface and then immediately gets bitch slapped, like, gets put in his place.
No, Kong wins the second fight in Hong Kong when they fight the second time. Because he brought the axe.
I'm sorry, at the very best, it's a push.
You think it's a draw. I think that was supposed to be a victory. It's supposed to be emblematic.
Yeah, I think the probably final score is 2-1.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla
that's a soft one.
Hey, we take those.
That's face saving,
This is like you're playing Smash Brothers, and you're both about to fall to the bottom of the stage, but one of you hits the bottom first. We take those. That's a W. That's a victory.
What else was great? I loved the fucked up computer stuff coming out of the King Ghidorah skull.
Oh yeah,
that was cool. That was with like all the neon lights and stuff. That just like there's just some stuff in this movie like just not even just like monkey lizard smashing each other.
Sure.
But like just cool design stuff like that, like the Hollow Earth thing, the King Ghidorah computer skull thing.
Super spoiler alert.
I thought. Yeah. By the way,
Mecha Godzilla is in this movie, which I think we all kind of saw coming.
Well, I mean, they really kind of, if you know anything about the Godzilla history, they very much alluded to at the beginning with the very glowy eye-looking ball on the ship in the research base when Godzilla comes to fuck shit up. But I agree with what you were saying, Mike. Like the just overall design and aesthetic choices they made for the world and the environment and like the technology all were it was all very pleasing
really
to
fun.
look at.
It's fun. And I think just compared to the last King of the Monsters, I think just the fights are much better looking, and like the fidelity is about the same, but just like you actually get to like they really like kind of build up and let you see like the kind of climaxes of the fight without being like cut it. King of the Monsters was frustrating because it felt like just when something cool was about to happen, all of a sudden like they would be in the background, and then in the foreground comes like the coach from Friday Night Lights, and you're just like, no, damn it. Every time something cool happens in that movie, it's like immediately followed by like, and no more of that.
This movie,
and they just let you watch it in this movie.
Yeah, this movie is very much like, we know what you came to see. We are going here. Get your popcorn. Get your giant bucket of soda. Sit back, relax. We're gonna take care of the rest. It's gonna be dumb. It's gonna be stupid. But you came to see a giant monkey fight a giant lizard,
guys,
and we're giving that to you.
It's been a long year. Turn your brain off for 2 hours and just fucking watch this spectacle.
Yeah. I think the worst thing you could do is think about this movie in any critical manner that ruins it from jump.
Yeah, I mean, this movie just does what it sets out to do.
Ray.
It's just whether or not you're along for the ride. And
you mean to tell me that the skull of a dead Titan couldn't magically become sentient and hack into a system and take control of Mechagodzilla and become that creature? You're telling me that couldn't happen?
What?
You ever been so mad at somebody that you come back from the dead, take over a computer, and then try to kill the person who killed you?
What?
You ever been that mad at someone?
That didn't anger me as much as the fact that like
it's sick. It's dope as hell.
The side characters that are just sneaking into this ultra secret military base and they're just guessing at the passwords. They're just like, beep 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 on the door, and it opens and they get into the elevator and you're like, yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
And then American hero Josh, great name by the way, figures out, oh, by the way, I can't hack into the system, so you know what I should do? I just should pour water on it and it'll break it and then everything will be better.
It's great. Like, again, I don't even want to say like that. Honestly, like there's a version of this movie where I don't really care what happens, just because I'm like, I'm just so bored by this. But like, at the end, when like Mechagodzilla was about to fucking fuck up Godzilla, I was like, no!
Yeah.
I was distressed. Like, I was into it. And then like King Kong saves the day just at the end. Like Godzilla, like the tag team when Godzilla charges up the axe. It's like, come on.
Godzilla charges
so cool.
King Kong's axe so he can start breaking him in half. Yeah.
Like just chop his arm off. It's so good.
Yes.
Come on.
Can we appreciate the fact that when in round 3, because there are 3 rounds in this movie of Godzilla versus King Kong, like Godzilla just like plants his foot on top of King Kong in a very disrespectful manner. Like, we don't do that, people, in Smash Brothers. We don't taunt people like that, but here we are.
Yeah.
And Godzilla just roars at him, and they roar at each other, and then they walk away. They're like,
yep. Godzilla's
said my piece, walks out.
Yep. I just need you to know, I could kill you right now. I'm not gonna. And that's gonna be a fate worse than death for you.
This is the Dudes Rock movie because sometimes when you and your bro live on the same planet, you just kind of have to fight a little bit and just kind of work it out, get it out, tire yourselves out, and then you're good.
Can we talk about one of my favorite moments is when we decided to use a hover ship thing, whatever, that helps us get from the center of the Earth, anti-gravity machine, as both an AED and wound cauterizer for King Kong.
I didn't mind that because it also showed that King Kong at round 2... No, that was round 3. I'm sorry. He got his ass kicked so much he was dead on the mat.
Yeah, no. I was in for it. I was like, yes, let's fucking blow this ship up and make it into a fucking EMP AED / wound cauterizer. Let's go. I was here for that.
Man, what a great movie. That was... I honestly don't have a lot else to say. We got at least 9 more minutes to kill because it's only like 20 minutes long.
What more is there to say? The two of them fought, and neither of them... Okay, Godzilla won round 3, but Godzilla was about to die to... Who? Yeah, Godzilla ultimately won like the 1v1.
Right. Here's
Godzilla's holding the title belt.
Here's the real debate. Because obviously Mechagodzilla was created to defend in some hypothetical Godzilla attack, or to, maybe even go on the offense. Who knows? There were some shady characters going on. But the fight seemed to be pretty close between the two. And Godzilla had just, gotten his ass kicked ass, been very injured, spent 30 minutes hyper beaming to the middle of the Earth. Does a fresh, well-rested, ready-to-go Godzilla lose against Mechagodzilla?
I want to bring up that no one made Godzilla hyper beam down to King Kong's home. I think that was mad disrespectful, and he needed an axe across the back of the head for that. Imagine someone rolling up to your door, knocking on the thing, "What's up, bitch?" And then... and then challenging you to a fight right then and there. Like, my boy, I'm trying to relax for the weekend. What's your deal?
They just take a drill and drill out drill out your doorknob.
Not only that,
knock out the other side and stick their head and hi.
Not only that, you just got back home for you've been on a work trip for a month. You haven't been home in a long ass time. You come home, you sit down in your comfy chair. It's the first time you've been there for a long
5 minutes.
And then somebody, bow, bitch.
The person that just beat your ass is like, "You ready for round 2?" And you're like, "Can you give me a minute?"
I just sat down on my
I lost my shit, mentally, watching Godzilla drill down to the center of the Earth to challenge King Kong. That's some mad, disrespectful revenge energy. Really think about that.
I love the pettiness. Honestly.
That's so petty!
It's so good.
That is the Smash Brothers equivalent of your opponent's already defeated, but you're coming down for the disrespect to stomp them down to the down to the bottom of the stage just in case.
Yeah. But I'm in the camp that Mechagodzilla was a waste of time because a full force Godzilla gonna kill Mechagodzilla every time.
They didn't build a Mecha Kong.
1v1. Yo. They didn't build Mecha Kong.
Well, it's because King Kong isn't an existential threat. He just stayed on his island and just chilled.
He's just a gorilla that used the Kaioken times one one time, and Godzilla's a literal nuclear god.
Yeah, Godzilla into the series, this point in the series, has destroyed 3 cities. Yeah, you're gonna build a machine based on the guy that keeps destroy. Granted, the times that he destroyed cities, only one of those times people didn't know what it was about. The other times it was
oh no, a biplane. Ah.
Well, okay, that's not in this universe. You can't use that. I'm sorry, Mike. That doesn't count. We're gonna have to cut that. Strike that from the record.
Okay. It's not in this canon.
I'll edit that out. Yeah, sure. Okay.
The only other thing I'll say is I could not get this out of my mind every time, but the amount of people that just fucking die. You know, they're not really talking about it, but like all these buildings with hundreds of thousands of people in them just getting hyper beamed and axed and destroyed. Like the body count is quite large.
I want to.
King of the Monsters is not a great movie, but you should check it. Not saying you should just watch a movie just for like the staggering body count, but it's kind of like insane.
King of the Monsters,
It's real bad.
King of the Monsters is pretty ruthless with that. And also talk about petty. Ghidorah is petty for how he kills people in that.
Oh yeah,
Like Josh,
he's a nasty bitch.
I'm not going to say how or when, Josh, but there is a scene in King of the Monsters where Ghidorah reaches down and eats one singular person, and you're like, okay, that's a little bit beyond the beyond, right?
That's incredible. That's amazing.
And you saw how big King Ghidorah's like skull is. Imagine something like that looking at you and saying, "You will make an adequate treat," and then just actually eating you.
Just like fuck you specifically, you little ant.
That's like me
Incredible.
having a bowl of frickin' sesame seeds and just picking one individual sesame seed to eat. Like,
Yeah,
mine.
one sesame seed that's running away, and you're like, "Yeah, you're dead. You specifically you, absolutely you." Oh, and that's not the only time that happens. There might be a couple times where King Ghidorah like laser beams specifically one person, and again, petty, just the absolute king of petty.
I hate you guys are selling me on this movie. I
thought it was okay. It's fine.
It's very okay.
Yeah. Kong Skull Island is really good. You should watch actually.
Skull Island is better, and then the 2014 Godzilla is better too. Yes, it is, Ray. Yes, it is.
It builds up to be a better movie.
Yeah. The last 15 minutes of the 2014 Godzilla entirely redeemed the beginning 2 hours of it.
Yeah. Yes.
Entirely.
Yes.
1,000%. Well, and there's the Halo jump too, which is also
okay. There's some really awesome cinematography.
There's some high highs and some low lows in the 2014.
Yeah,
Godzilla.
yeah. There's a lot of
Probably the highest of highs. My God. I think I soy faced when I watched it in the movie theater when it first came out, and then rewatching it before Kong Monkey v. Lizard, I was like, it was still just as hype as it was the first time. Like the ending. Beautiful.
Real quick, to our death of movie theaters thing, I will also concede in the 2014 Godzilla movie, the first time you finally get to hear Godzilla roar with those theaters banging and the loud bass, it was like, okay, yeah, maybe theaters can stay. Because I'm remembering that scene, and that was magical. That was a beautiful scene.
And like the first time you hear the charge up of the.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The when the soundscape starts, the way they do it in the theater, it was the soundscape was moving through the theater. That drum 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 drum, and then I'm not gonna give it away because Josh should really watch it. But the thing happens, and you're like, "Oh, finally, something great happened in this movie."
Hyper beam.
It's not just the hyper beam, Josh. It's the way it's delivered.
There's a fatality ass ending to that movie that is so good.
I'm gonna have to.
Well,
watch
gentlemen, we successfully stretched to about 30 minutes. Any final shots on Monkey v. Lizard? My final call. I'm gonna give this a hootin' and hollerin' out of 10. This movie had me hootin' and hollering when Godzilla was doing cool stuff. I imagine, based on the relative success of this movie compared to other pandemic movies and just in general, I think this one, I just get the feeling that they're pretty happy with how this did.
Yeah.
So I would like another one, please.
I will also admit that had I not watched it with you guys and all of our friends, I wouldn't have enjoyed it nearly as much. I would have probably I probably would have lost like 30, maybe 50% of enjoyment. But having that experience with a a bunch of people around you. I think Mike was saying this earlier. The communal experience of watching a really stupid movie that's meant to be stupid, like it wears it on its sleeve. This is the dumbest shit movie. You know why you're here? Just watch it. And you're like, okay, fine, I'm along for the ride, and you enjoy it, and it's great, and it's fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like it knows exactly what it's setting out to do, and then it does. It delivers. It's exactly what.
This movie asks you to suspend a lot of disbelief, even beyond what is reasonable for like a mega monster movie, and I just had no problem with it the whole time because it was so fun. And yes, I agree, like the communal aspect of it was it added a lot to the experience. It was very important, and I'm glad I had it. I think this movie would still be fun, like if you're just in the mood for like a sit back popcorn action film, but like the communal experience definitely helped. Everybody getting hype when, you know, Godzilla is blasting a hole to the center of Hollow Earth to yell bitch at King Kong. Like, you just can't go wrong with that.
Like, what a funny thing to think of. Like, this is the funniest idea. It's so hilarious.
Someone wrote that on the whiteboard.
So
like, someone storyboarded that, and everyone in the room was like, that is so fucking great. Please let us shoot this.
Like they could have just had Kong go back to the surface with everybody. Like, they could have just had What's-Her-Nuts be like, Kong, we have to go back. And they could have done that, but they didn't. They had Godzilla blast a hole into the earth, throw the gauntlet down, and Kong said, fuck it, let's go.
I love how we keep bringing that up because of how like incredulous the concept is. Because even in the movie, you see the camera focus in on Godzilla as he like senses King Kong right beneath him, and you see him basically get angry eyes and go like, "What? Do I smell bitch?"
Godzilla has some great faces in this movie. It's so funny.
He like when he steps on King Kong's chest and like they like shout it out, like yelling, "You good? You good? Yeah, we good, bro. We good." You see once again Godzilla's angry eyes go whip. He's like, "Hump." You see a slight little head nod, like, "Said my piece."
It's so funny. It really is just like happy face.
Yeah, he's satisfied. He's like, I think I said what I needed to say.
We've all literally seen YouTube videos of that exact thing happening between real life people, and to watch Kong and Godzilla have that moment, it's just it is more than I didn't know I wanted that, but I'm so glad I was given that.
I want the next couple Jurassic Park movies to just be this concept. Just be dumb. Stop trying to be serious. Wear it on your sleeve. We know you're dumb. You can't be serious anymore. The cat's out of the bag. Just be like, here's some dinosaurs. Oh, the dinosaurs are doing the thing. Oh, whoop, whoop.
I will say, like, the Jurassic World movies are pretty goddamn stupid. But
yeah.
This movie, there's like, you know, there's that movie was stupid and not good, and I think this was a good stupid movie.
But they weren't.
I can't.
Well, the Jurassic World movies aren't trying to be stupid, and that's why they fail. Just be dumb.
Here are my parting thoughts. Give me Monkey v. Lizard in space in Hollow Moon. Put Kong in a spacesuit, you cowards.
Oh man, I would watch that. I would totally.
I was just like, I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous. I was like, no, it's not. Like, if you don't.
No. I think I'm ready to see that. Yeah.
Sounds great. Where do I sign up?
Do you know where you can watch the discussion podcast after they do make that movie?
Where?
Unscriptedgaming.com. You can find links to Creed Got Robbed, Unscripted Gaming, the podcast, and all of our other features. You can get us at YouTube for the video versions. You can get our audio versions at soundcloud.com/unscripted-gaming or anywhere you get your podcasts on the interwebs. You can get us on Facebook at Unscripted Game Podcast and at Twitter at unscript_gaming.
Boom. Well, folks, this has been a lovely little chat here about Monkey v. Lizard. Signing off, my name is Mike.
My name is Ray.
My name is Josh.
And hey, don't forget, Creed got robbed.